What if I told you Samsung is quietly changing the way your Galaxy phone looks and feels, and you might not even notice it right away? That's exactly what's happening with One UI 8.5, Samsung's upcoming software update, which is shaping up to be one of the biggest visual makeovers in years. Samsung has been working behind the scenes to refine every part of its interface, focusing on smoother design, better usability, and small but meaningful details. Recently, an early version of the Galaxy S25 Ultra's firmware leaked online, revealing what the new One UI 8.5 might look like. A newer version of that firmware has now surfaced, and it shows that Samsung isn't just fixing bugs, it's giving the entire system a cleaner and more polished appearance. When the first leak appeared, many users noticed unfinished icons, uneven button placements, and awkward design elements. But now, Samsung seems to have corrected most of those issues. The quick panel buttons, for example, have been redesigned and now look more uniform and visually balanced. Everything feels smoother and more consistent, showing that Samsung is putting serious thought into design this time. One of the small but noticeable improvements appears in the digital Wellbeing app. The buttons are now larger and easier to tap, making the app feel more comfortable to use. It's a small change, but it shows Samsung's attention to accessibility and everyday user experience. Editing the lock screen also feels different in One UI 8.5 when you tap the shortcut icon in the corner. Instead of a basic list of apps, you now get a pop-up window with a neat, organized layout. It's more modern and much easier to navigate, especially if you like customizing your lock screen often. In the phone app, Samsung has introduced an icon-only bottom bar. This bar now stretches across the entire width of the screen, giving it a more symmetrical and balanced look. Even though the buttons still sit in the center, it's a subtle touch but makes the overall layout feel more polished. The Weather app has also received a design refresh. When you tap the search icon, the search bar now appears at the bottom of the screen instead of the top, a small but smart change that makes it easier to reach with your thumb. Samsung has also added a new box layout for the location name at the top, making it easier to read and visually more appealing. Another big improvement is in the Gallery app, where Samsung's Galaxy AI photo editing menu has been redesigned. The new layout is simpler, cleaner, and more stylish. All the tab names now appear at once on the bottom bar, so you no longer need to swipe left or right to switch between them. It feels smoother, faster, and overall more user-friendly. Samsung has also added a subtle gradient effect across multiple apps like Weather, Settings, and Gallery. As you scroll, you can now see a faint preview of the next section, making transitions feel more natural and fluid. It's a small detail, but it adds a sense of depth and polish to the interface. Even the screen recorder has been redesigned. The menu buttons are now larger, with clear icons that show exactly what each option does, whether it's recording internal audio, microphone sound, or showing screen touches. This makes it much easier for anyone to use, even if they're not tech-savvy. All these little changes may seem minor, but together they show how focused Samsung is on refining the look and usability of One UI. It's not about flashy new features this time, it's about creating a smoother, cleaner, and more consistent experience across every app and menu. And the best part? This might not even be the final version. There could be more hidden changes in newer builds that haven't been discovered yet. As Samsung continues to test and refine One UI 8.5, we'll likely see even more improvements before the official release. What do you think of these changes? Are you excited for the One UI 8.5 update? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Samsung updates and tech news.